Game-Geki.
Get on patrol! Survival units gonna roll!
Welcome to Game-Geki, the show that is the elusive whale Capcom is actively seeking. I say this because I picked up the extra marching slot package, which gives a permanent slot for marching. I'm DDK and it's World vs. World time again. And this time, World 8 is known as FK Nessie. Nessie being a high-ranking member of the Raccoon Task Force, and the name being some kind of tongue-in-cheek thing. This time, we're paired against World 33, who have been rather creatively named W33. Day 1 was the usual construct stuff and enhance duels. This time, I even took the trouble to get on Discord and asked the Mini, who has since taken over for El Maestro, for the construction buff. Meant some waiting around, but did shave a bunch of time off my construction time. I gotta say, the Mini is an absolute machine, working tirelessly to make sure everyone in World 8 is able to share in the buffs that the World Leader normally issues out to individuals. This isn't built into the game. They're literally taking a list and checking with users one by one and then giving it to everyone who needs it for 5 minutes to speed up their construction. So to that I say, Mini, World 8 appreciates your dedication. So yeah, Day 1 goes to World 8, comfortable lead there, that's a good start. So on Day 2, you know the drill, use all those files, spin the roulette, rack up a bunch of points. But we also had something that was released a few weeks back occurring as well. That's the new Chopper game. It's not directly part of World vs. World, but it still gives out rewards that'll probably come in handy. This game has Ace, Chopper Pilot, Brad Vickers, searching around the outskirts of Raccoon City, not for Star's compatriots, but for the baubles, containing just about every item in Survival Unit, while blasting every manner of BOW and zombie with the Chopper's guns.
Oh, Brad, don't you think this arcade game is in poor taste? We're still burying the dead.
This game appears to be a greatly simplified clone of Jetpack Joyride. There isn't too much variety here, so, don't expect to be too surprised for too long with this one. But, it's a change of pace from the standard gameplay loop of Survival Units, so there's that.
Look! I can see their parachutes! They're okay.
World 8 takes Day 2. Moving swiftly on to Day 3, BOW Day, and here's another new monstrosity for us to kill, the level 6 Nyx, which appears to be one of the bosses from Outbreak File 2. How about making an Outbreak File 3 instead? Hey Capcom? It's around about this time that we started to notice World 33 might have given up. Normally other worlds tend to rally on BOW Day. You might also notice one of our new members there, Axel Cruz. They joined a few days ago on a temporary basis after leaving their old guild. A powerful player, a real asset to the team. Day 4, and looking over to the world chat, you can see someone discussing a 1 billion power guy. It's probably not even their final form. You can see the Mini there, managing the troop training buff, which I managed to make use of this day. You can see World 8 there still steaming ahead on total points, but World 33 trying to make a comeback for Day 4. Looking over at the Alliance rankings, we're seeing one thing is becoming clear. A new World 8 Alliance, Imperio, which is formed of 3 former alliances merged into a sort of super alliance, which unfortunately looks set to knock the Nemesis from its coveted number 3 slot for the time being. But you better believe we'll do everything we can to get that spot back. Day 5, and it's looking like World 8 is still on top, as World 33's early Day 4 spring faltered. World 8 taking all 4 days thus far. Day 5's the use any speed ups you've got left day, to which I kept a handful of generic timers in reserve to make sure I got enough points to get somewhere for this day. But also, I finally reached VIP 7. What a glorious achievement. The prize? The opportunity to purchase for £20 the pay to win Leon S. Kennedy character. Incredible! I can see the Alliance trying to coax Michaela to teleport their base over to our Alliance. Good luck there. I tried and failed for months to get a response out of them back when they were in my little Mass Savages Alliance. It was also Security Centre Day and the handy pile of rewards that come with them. However, because we slipped to 4th place in the overall points race ranking, we won't be afforded these centres in the future. We've got to up our game. It's at this point that the stated time for the St. Vale battle was due to take place. They work on a rotating start time now, which ends up being 2 PM 1 week and 2 AM UK time another week. So I'd even gone to bed early and woken up at 2 AM specifically for it. No, they decided to delay it by 12 hours due to the fact that the points race hadn't even finished yet. So it wasn't even actually possible to determine whether the battle should take place in World 8 or in World 33. Well, they delayed it now, so I suppose I'll have to come back in 12 hours. Looking at the final point race rankings, I ended up a respectable 84th place, with the Nemesis Alliance in their new number 4 slot under the 100-member strong Imperial Alliance. Nevertheless, World 8 comfortably takes the point race this time round, almost doubling World 33's points, which means the battle for the Vale will be taking place over in World 33. So I'll be back with coverage of this no doubt mighty battle, right after this brief pop-up quiz interlude.
It's world versus world, it's trivia. Survive, even thrive, we're testing ya.
3 decades of evil, it's knowledge retrieval.
Survival trivia.
Finally, the time has come and we've gathered around the Vale to meet World 33 in battle. I might even get ahead of myself teleporting into the red zone, especially because an agreement between worlds hasn't actually been reached to swear off mansion v mansion base attacks, which could mean things go off the rails quite quickly, and you can't shield up in the red zone. I set myself in by Heaton and Lady Akana, who goes by Master's Lady in the game now. A sweet gesture, returned by El Maestro, who's currently going by Lady's Master in the game now. You'll love to see it. Well, apocalyptic romance aside, it's time to kick off this battle, so I'm going to let it play out to the new one by DDK and Suno AI, encouraging you all to come and join the glorious World 8.
World 8, for the glory and the story, it's World 8. With heroes and no zeros in our state. Come on board, see what's in store. Nation without borders, cleaned up all our disorders. It's World 8. Join World 8. Join World 8. Our history begins, rising from dictator sins. We toppled the despot from atop his spot. We came together to build a better server. We don't live in fear, instead we prosper. It's World 8. Join World 8. Join World 8. Our community, we gather on Discord for the chatter. There's culture and there's fun when we all get there. So don't delay, join our world today. Be more than just a unit. Our world is one than one. Quit, it's World 8. Join World 8. Join World 8.
Ah, World 8. Do you consider us when the World Transfer event opens? We'd love to have you. So how are things looking as we come up on about 20 minutes into the battle? Pretty good so far for World 8. Nemesis Guild hopped right into the West Tower almost immediately and have held it ever since. Meanwhile, we got Lady's Master securing the Vale, Raccoon Task Group on the Southern Tower, and Neon securing the Northern Tower. I see World 33 does control the Eastern Tower though with the Foe Alliance. And what's this? CXR take the Vale. Quick check-in on the occupation rankings. That's RTG at 12 minutes and CXR at 9 and counting. On the world chat, we're beginning to see that the powerful CXR Guild of World 33 appears to approach the world with real apathy, slinging harsh words at not only our alliances, but at their own alliances too. You can see a trading of barbs there. We got Shane O'Mac. I think I'll start zeroing out your players. As RTG Great Greens replies back with, all I see is you zeroing out your own players, lol. Our alliance, half an hour in, never had it so good. No troops in the hospital yet, although I do decide at this time to check on my troops stationed at the tower and rotate them out, since they are slowly being whittled down from defending the tower. Which also means a quick trip to the hospital. Gotta heal them troops up. Good things can't last, however, as Nemesis Guild finally succumbed to RCNK's double rally to get pushed out of the tower, which now means more troops to care for in the hospital. Over in World Chat, the mud is still being slung as Shane O'Mac threatening with, let's see how you manage your base in the Vale at the same time. And Ladies Master fires back with, same way how I'll manage you and your mom.
Got him!
Alright, snide remarks aside, I'm going to let the battle carry on for a while now as I play this next song. Lyrics inspired by a member of our alliance who declared he was leaving the game. Ren 19, who had been a part of the Nemesis since November. The alliance was sad to see him go. He wanted to have his base attacked by everyone else to mine his resources. But once he left the alliance, not a single member disturbed his mansion, and he still stands there, waiting for his return someday. Ren, this one's for you.
I hear the call, a different kind of virus, infecting us all, won't leave any survivors. Mountains of prizes, I just can't go without. A rally arises until I zero I gotta spend it. Just name your price. Lots of whales about. Save me a slice until I zero out. Till I zero took your shot, it's not enough. I'm running hot, I called your bluff. Call it what you like, call it cashing out. It's well within my right until I zero out.
About an hour and a half in now, the Alliance Neon really pitching in big time on this one, and capturing the north, west and east towers. Let's call that the Neon Wall. Shane O'Mac clutching on to the St. Vale for some time now, and boy do we know about it from all his boasting. Nemesis Guild's taken to attacking the Vale to try and shift him, which RTG eventually does once again. It's around about this time that we receive new orders from the server leader, the Mini, and the idea is since Shane O'Mac has been running his mouth and running around attacking bases, we wait for Shane O'Mac to enter South Vale, and then we launch our rallies against Shane O'Mac's mansion, hopefully weakening him enough to give RTG the advantage going into the Vale. This comes at a stiff cost for us, however, as the base is like slamming into a brick wall of might, slewing off our soldiers by the hundreds of thousands. Yeah, you gotta target Shane O'Mac, gotta go coast to coast on him. Damn, Shane, strong as balls, it's gonna hurt. I never liked Shane O'Mac in WWE. Well, Heaton, he ain't much more to look at here in Survival Unit either. Sure enough, our attacks barely dent him, but hopefully it starts to add up. The attack is sending my troops toppling into the hospital. And would you look at that? Here comes the money! Here we go as Shane O'Mac launches dual rallies against our mansions in retaliation. This is going to sting for sure. But we're achieving what we set out to do and pulling his attention and strength away from the Vale. As you can see described in the chat here, how many troops does this guy have? Jesus! Well, at least we're taking the heat off RTG and Neon so they can take Vale. You can see from the result of these attacks, we managed to defend against one, but Shane managed to defeat Obijan's mansion, yeeting it off far away to a randomised location. RTG back in the Vale 2 hours into the battle, and taking a look at the current timings, have some ground to cover as they're currently 11 minutes behind CXR's 1 hour 2 minutes of occupation. This is where I spot that the defeated base of Obijan has taken my soldiers that remained on it nearly an hour away. Luckily, I still had an instant recall to bring them back to the base right away. Speaking of troops, they're just about starting to reach the ICU, so let's kick back and play this song. I've named it ICU.
Oh, yeah. The glory of the rally is all tired and done. You sent in your T-10s, obliterated everyone. You marched in with your best, that much is true. But now they're laid to rest inside the ICU. ICU. Oh, ICU. That's where they're going to. First aid, those troops are in a state. You tallied them and rallied them, but now it's too late. First aid, those troops will have to wait. Unless you've got the cash, they aren't doing too great. Not too great. Of diamonds they have not returned. That big dollar investment, all of your hard earned. They failed to deliver, now your wallet's looking light. Why they cost so much, your boy Capcom is tight. Oh, so tight.
After a bunch of back and forth against the Vale, RTG managed to regain the lead at the 2.5 hours mark. I'd like to think our harrying of Shane and Mac's mansion played a part in that, along with what looks like a friendly fire incident of an alliance, allied with CXR hitting the Vale and forcing them out, unintentionally. Seems like the damage against Shane is starting to pile up. That attack really did some damage, says PF Redfield.
Holy crap! That's a lot of damage!
And finally, Shane breaks, surrendering. I'm out. Good job, on winning. Guess BOA and the other alliances in 33 didn't want this bad enough. F you, Shane, the ladies' master, formerly known as Maestro, retorts. You are a disgrace. Shane then retreats from the battle, no doubt wanting to avoid the wrath of Ladies' Master, who he performed a sneaky bait attack on earlier in the battle. Nessie adding, this might have been the most chaotic SVS fight so far. So, from then on, RTG held the Vale for the remainder of the event. Shane and Ladies' Master exchanging heated barbs for hours. So yes, after a chaotic battle, victory this time for World 8. We might even have convinced Axel to stick around. Alright, that's goodbye from me. GG.